Hey, what is going on, you guys? Today we're going to be going over step by step on how to value a dividend stock. And one of the most common methods for valuing a stock is the dividend discount model. The dividend discount model uses dividends and future growth in dividends to determine the intrinsic value of a company. And we can see here, I've already built out a dividend discount model in Google Sheets, so you can see what the finished product is going to look like. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've opened up a new sheet in Google Sheets, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and just give it a title, and we will title it Dividend Discount Model. And the next thing we'll do is we will jump down here and let's go ahead and give this model a header. And so I'm just going to highlight these cells right here, and we will merge them together and give it an outer border. And I'm going to type in Dividend Discount Model. And for the sake of this tutorial, let's go ahead and perform the model on the Coca-Cola company. So I'll come here, I will center this text, and I will increase the font size as well. Okay, so in order to perform our model, we need to make some assumptions about the Coca-Cola company's future dividend growth. And when it comes to valuing stocks, anytime you want to make predictions about a company's future growth, you want to use data from prior years in order to make informed decisions about the future. So with that being said, our next step is to find data on how much the Coca-Cola company has paid in dividends in years past, and use that data to make predictions about the future dividend growth rate of the Coca-Cola company. So in order to do that, let's go ahead and head over to google.com, and then we will type in Yahoo Finance. And we will click this first link that comes up. And if we come up here to the top search bar on Yahoo Finance, we just want to type in Coca-Cola. We give it just a second, and the Coca-Cola company will come up, and we will click on this. And we need historical data on its dividend payments. So if we come over here, we will click on historical data. And now we have historical data on the prices for the Coca-Cola company, but we want dividend payments only. So we'll come here and we'll click on dividends only and click apply. So now we can see the past 4 dividend payments by the Coca-Cola company, but we want the past 5 years. So we'll come here to time period and we will click on 5 years and click apply. So now we can see we have dividend payments dating all the way back to 2016. And I want about 5 years worth of dividend data, so I will start with 2017. So let's head back over to our spreadsheet here, and what we'll do is we will type in year right here, and below it we will type in dividend payout, and below that we will type in yearly dividends. And so we want to start with 2017, so we'll head back over to our data, and we can see in 2017 the Coca-Cola company paid a 37-cent dividend 4 times. So we'll come here, and to dividend payout we will put in 0.37, and for yearly dividends we will make it equal to 0.37 times 4, since they paid it out 4 times. And now we just need to repeat this process, so we'll do the same for 2018. And we can see that they paid 39 cents a share in dividends. So we'll do 0.39, and then we will just drag this formula over, and we can see they paid 1.56 in yearly dividends in 2018. 2019, the dividend payment was 40 cents. So we'll do 0.4, and we will drag this formula over again. 2020, the dividend payment was 0.41. So we'll head back over, type out 0.41, and drag this formula over again. And now we just need 2021. And so we can see for 2021, they are planning on paying out 42 cents each dividend payment. So we will put in 0.42, and we will drag this formula over again. So now that we have our dividend data, it's time to use this data to determine what the growth rate of the dividends will be. So we'll come down here and we will make a new place called growth rate. And what we'll do is this will be our year-over-year growth rate for the dividend payments. So we will come here and we will do equals for this formula and do open parentheses, and we'll take our 2018 yearly dividends minus our 2017 yearly dividends, close that parentheses, and then we will divide that by our 2017 yearly dividend. And we'll hit enter on this, and we want to make this a percentage, so we'll click percent, and we can see that the dividend from 2017 to 2018 grew by 5.41%. So we'll use this formula and we will drag it all the way over. And so now we have the growth rate year over year for the dividend payments. So let's go ahead and format this section. I'll highlight this and give this an outer border. We'll do the same for the years, and then the same for our data. And this is just to keep the spreadsheet cleaner and make it look nicer. So let's go ahead and highlight all of this, and we will center this text as well. And I'm going to add some color. So I'll come to this section and I'll make it yellow. We will make our yearly data blue. And let's go ahead and add some color to this as well. We can make this gray. And okay, so our next step is we're going to use these growth rates to determine what the average growth rate is. So let's come down here and we will type out average growth rate. And we will use a formula for this. We will do equals, and if we type out equals average, do open parentheses, and just highlight these growth rates, close the parentheses and hit enter, we can see that our average growth rate for the dividends is 3.23%. And the last thing that we need in order to perform the dividend discount model is we need our weighted average cost of capital. And I'm going to put up the formula on how to do this on the screen, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to go with what the industry average is for the Coca-Cola company. And typically the weighted average cost of capital for that industry is anywhere from 6 to 8%. So I'm just going to go with 6%. And so let's go ahead and highlight this area as well, and we'll give it outer borders, and we will give it some color as well. So now we have everything we need to calculate the intrinsic value of our stock. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to type out intrinsic value. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to list the formula to calculate this here to the side. And we can see that the formula is equal to D1 over R minus G. So what D1 stands for is the value of next year's dividend. So in order to find the value of next year's dividend, what we need to do is we need to take 2021's total dividend payments, which is $1.68, and we need to multiply this by our average growth rate. So let's come here and we will do equals, and we will do an open parentheses, and we will take our dividend payment for 2021 and we will multiply this by 1 plus our average growth rate. And that'll give us next year's expected dividend payment. And what we need to do now is we need to divide this by our weighted average cost of capital subtracted by our average growth rate. And we'll have that in parentheses as well. So we can see the formula right here. I'll zoom in on this for you. And when I hit enter, you can see we've now calculated the intrinsic value of the Coca-Cola company according to the dividend discount model. So this is where a lot of people will end their dividend discount model since we've already found the intrinsic value of the stock, but you can take it one step further by comparing it to the current price. So let's go ahead and type out current price right here, and we'll head back over to Yahoo Finance, and let's find what the Coca-Cola company closed at today, which was 55.99. So we'll head back over to Google Sheets, type in 55.99, and we now want to compare it to our intrinsic value and find out if it's a stock worth buying or a stock we should be selling. So we'll come here and we'll type out difference, and we now want to find the difference between the two. So if we come here, we will make this equal to our intrinsic value minus our current price, and we want that to be in parentheses as well, and then we will divide that by our intrinsic value. And we can see here, let's make this a percentage, that our intrinsic value is currently 10% higher than the current price. So based on this model, we can see there's about a 10% upside to this stock. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to format the rest of what we just added, such as the intrinsic value. I will merge these columns here and merge these columns here. And we want to center this text as well. And let's go ahead and give it some color. We will make our intrinsic value calculation green just to kind of make it stand out a little bit. And then we want to format our current price and difference as well. And let's just go ahead and color this in orange. So now our dividend discount model is officially complete, and you can see here this is what our finished product looks like. If you want to have access to this model or be able to download any of my other models or portfolio trackers in Google Sheets, then you can head over to my Patreon page at the link in the description. So with that being said, I hope this video helped you guys out a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.